Hi friends, in my previous video on 1946 events, I talked about what Muhammad Ali Jinnah did. But let me tell you, Muhammad Ali Jinnah would have probably not got the partition that he wanted if it was not for one man who was his major lead in Bengal politics. That man is called Sohrawardi. Sohrawardi was at that point of time the leader of the only Muslim League government in the country. See, Punjab had a unity government, most of the other areas in India was Congress. So when Muhammad Ali Jinnah, after the cabinet mission plan failed, okay, I don't know how many of you know the cabinet mission plan. Basically, the idea before the partition was of a single country but with three almost autonomous regions. One was the northwest part, which was current day Pakistan, but also the entire Punjab, okay, including the eastern part, which is to be the Indian Punjab, which also includes Haryana, etc., and Kashmir. The other would be the mainland India, and the third would be what is called undivided Bengal, which would be what is current West Bengal, Bangladesh, as well as the portions of the northeast, including Assam. Now, this was opposed at many levels. The Sikhs were very worried of being a part of that group. Okay, the Congress had a problem that this would lead the center very weak. Okay, with most of the power with the these three units, and always risk that the other units would break away one day. And the Bengali Hindus and Assamese also had an issue with being part of the third bloc. This led to the failure of the cabinet mission, from what we understand. Now, Muhammad Ali Jinnah then said, we will go for direct action. Okay, and August 1946 is when a date was set for direct action day. Now, while he made these big claims, since Muslim League was not in power, okay, this was all in thin air, except one man who made it happen, and hence probably is one of the foremost people to be blamed for the partition and the riots that happened. Sohrawardi, who had just risen to power in Bengal because of a lot of politics, okay, he had immediately started communalizing the police force in Calcutta, okay, putting people of his one community only in most of the top places. So when direct action day was to happen, the police was a mute spectator, or some say even were supporting in some manner. Most people really did not have an idea what direct action was going to be. Okay, so probably a lot of people in Calcutta were caught unawares. There was a big procession, a big what you call rally, but which soon broke out into an absolute mob riot. The people who left from the rally went to Hindu households and were butchering left, right, and center. It was a massacre. It is the direct action day of Calcutta that set the ball rolling to partition. For the first few days, it was one-sided, but soon the other side also gathered itself down, got arms, etc., and starting retaliating. In fact, it is said that once the other side got together, because you see, Calcutta was essentially more Hindu, that riots were on both sides, and the Hindus started pushing back. The repercussion of this was it had shaken the country, thousands dead from both communities. Then it is said that from the message of Calcutta, and a lot of people from Calcutta who had connections in Bihar sent a message there of what had happened in Calcutta. The reverse retaliation happened there with a lot of Muslims getting killed in Bihar. When the message from Bihar, as people from Bihar started fleeing to the northwest and Punjab, things started going even worse in Western Punjab, that is Dayalpur and Rawalpindi, and Hindus and Sikhs were killed in Western Punjab. And finally, towards the partition, when it was sure in August 47 and all, a lot of Muslims were killed by the Sikhs and Hindus in Eastern Punjab. It was a ripple effect, with both communities losing thousands upon thousands and much more of men, and millions getting displaced. Had it not been for Sohrawardy, the threat of Muhammad Ali Jinnah may would have had remained nothing else except a threat. But in the one state where Muslim League was in power, this man Sohrawardy unleashed terror, and that came to haunt Hindus and Muslims alike across the country. This man Sohrawardy had very high political ambitions. You see, Jinnah was okay with the fact that if a partition can be three-way and this whole united Bengal can be a separate country, he had a very selfish reason for that. He was adamant that the Punjab must not be split. He wanted full Punjab. He tried very hard to convince the Sikhs of Punjab to remain in Pakistan. But the Congress and all the other parties were very adamant that if Jinnah was going to demand a separate country in the name of religion, then that same right of self-determination also applies to the Sikhs and Hindus of Punjab and Bengal, and if they do not want to remain in a Muslim majority country, they also have a right to partition the states. Jinnah and his Muslim League's biggest problem was they did not want the partition of Punjab. So, if United Bengal could be a different country with the Hindus of Bengal staying in that, by that logic, Punjab would have remained united and come with Pakistan. So, Jinnah's proposition was united Punjab comes to Pakistan, of course along with Kashmir. United Bengal with the Hindus minority in that goes third country, and India being the remaining part. Sohrawardy dreamed of becoming the Prime Minister of this United Bengal, and that is why he did a lot of this stuff. He went out of his way to play all of this politics. But sadly, that didn't happen. Bengal was partitioned, so was Punjab. Millions lost their homes. And what did Sohrawardy get in the end? Eventually, I think in 56 or 57, he was made Prime Minister for a little over a year and then made to resign. And that's it. That is all that the man who, you can say, to a large extent triggered this large scale violence was able to achieve. It is this violence that clearly showed to still some people living in United Bengal and United Punjab that probably these two states also had to be partitioned. Well, I leave it to you. Had it not been for Sohrawardy, probably we would have been able to find a solution and avoided the partition of this country. Thank you. This is my second video on the partition of this country. I just want to specify that all of this violence led to every single community losing lives, and that is extremely tragic from a humanitarian point of view. Thank you. Bye.